Hello, my beautiful Virgo. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today we're going to be getting into your weekly tarot horoscope reading for Virgo. I almost called you Velka. Virgo, for August 30th to September 5th. It's so crazy that we're already in September. But Virgo, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibe, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot. Let me know also which cards resonate with you in the comments below, because that's how I keep up with you, Virgo, is through the comments. But keep this in perspective, Virgo. I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you, honey. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate, leave what doesn't. I believe my tarot readings here are just here today to give you some food for thought, a perspective for you to be considering, Virgo. Never making the choices in your life, because it's your life to live, not mine and not these tarot cards, darling, right? So with all that being said, Virgo, let's just jump into your weekly tarot horoscope reading. I just want to get to it because I'm excited for what comes up for you guys, Virgo. So I'm going to be pulling 3 cards, Virgo, just to get a general idea of what's going on for you, darling. What's going on for my Virgos? You know, how you guys are feeling. Let's just check up, honey. Let's check up. So right off the bat, starting strong, honey, Virgo, we have the 3 of water, 3 of cups coming in here. A celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement, the need to have more fun. This is a celebratory card, Virgo. We have the 6 of air, stepping forward, 6 of swords. Things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. And then for your final card, Virgo, 8 of air, 8 of swords. An illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, and afraid to take action. So Virgo, let's get into this, darling, right? I do feel as if, Virgo, and especially thinking back on your last week's reading, darling, you guys have been going through it a little bit, honey. And so I feel as if I feel like some of you guys are still in a little bit of survival mode with something. It feels as if some of you guys, Virgos, have like recently had to overcome like a lesson or an obstacle, darling, that really kind of took a lot out of you. You guys are still in survival mode, I feel. And so it's almost as if because you're in survival mode and you're kind of just doing things to get by, Virgo, this is giving me a sense of where perhaps some of you guys don't feel as if you're progressing as much as you would like to. I can't help but feel as if I can't help but feel like you guys are being a little bit hard on yourself, Virgo. And either I'm taking this 8 of air, this 8 of swords, as being stuck internally with something and not really wanting to transition out of it. So let's just get into some clarifiers, Virgo. Girl, I can't hold these cards, honey. Let's get into some clarifiers. I want to get into this 8 of swords for you, Virgo, and see what's going on there. Because the 8 of swords is a card of feeling stuck in an environment, feeling hopeless about something, right? Kind of just like feeling, yeah, just stuck. So we have the Ace of Cups stepping forward. Then we have the Queen of Wands stepping forward, Virgo. And then finally, we have the 6 of Wands coming in here. Really positive cards with this, Virgo. You know, so with this 8 of Swords, 8 of Air, this is the card of kind of just staying stuck, right? Some of you, again, as even the card itself says, Virgo, is afraid of taking action. And I feel as if this is the biggest detriment or the biggest insult that you could do for your life at this current point, Virgo, if I'm going to be honest. Because I see quite literally through you taking action, through you kind of putting yourself out there, Virgo, so much success comes into you, so much success, whatever your objective is, whether it's love, you know, work, finances, darling, whatever your objective is. Everyone has an objective for their life. Everyone has a main focus, right? If you actually were to start taking steps towards that, Virgo, this Queen of Wands, you know, the leap of faith, right? I also love how there's a cat for this Queen of Wands. I appreciate it. Once you really exude that Queen of Wands energy, well, even though I know, Virgo, it's Queen of Wands is fire element, but I really do feel as if that's the energy you want to be exuding the most, because really it's linked to you finally taking action, Virgo, that then, baby, the beauty. Virgo, I can't hold these cards. I was gonna chef kiss, but girl, a little bit rough, so we're gonna go with it. So this is when the opportunity comes. This is when the blessings come, Virgo. 6 of Wands, I want you guys to realize, I'm gonna speak in terms of, you know, for some of my Virgos in the public spotlight or whatever your objective may be, if being recognized, being seen by people is the main focus, fabulous, right? because it's public recognition. It's a card, if you were to look up the meaning of it, Virgo, it's a card of victory, success, right? And then you have the Ace of Cups. This is the best card. This is a card that represents new love. For my singles, Taurus, this is a card of new opportunity, because I do see cups as opportunity. This is really just a message of where things start opening up so much, Virgo, once you start taking action as that Queen of Wands here. So quite literally, whatever your objective is, I'm gonna like just say this message just in specific for my Virgos, that perhaps recently came out of a bad breakup or something, or just out of like a bad connection. Don't be cynical about love. You know, if you got your heart broken, darling, or someone disappointed you, do not allow that to deter you, Virgo. Do not allow that to deter you, you know. I'm not telling you to do this, but what's the best way to get over somebody's get under somebody else, right? Giving me very much, I gotta say it, Virgo, come on now. But, yeah, even I feel as if whatever your objective is, you recently took a blow, you fell off that horse, you know. Now don't be afraid of getting back on it, Virgo, because so much success happens, right? So much success happens for this. Let's pull some different cards. I don't feel as if I need to pull any more clarifiers for this row, so let's see how your week progresses, Virgo. Let's see how this week progresses for you. I feel like that's what's calling out to me the most currently. The Star card, girl, come on now. The Star card, Archangel Jophiel. If you connect to archangels, or you're open to connecting with archangels, my beautiful Virgo, Jophiel is calling out to you. 17 equaling to 8 for numerology. So go ahead and write that number down for me, Virgo, to look up later to see how the numerology has an effect on your life this week. The Star card talks about happy times, the make positive, optimistic, long-term plans, and being on the right path. This is Aquarian energy. This is, I call this card, is that tulip? No, it's not. I thought I saw tulip shuffling around on the ground, but the Star card comes in as, I see it as like kind of like a wish fulfillment, where something that you thought at once was kind of just unreachable, unobtainable for you is actually quite obtainable. And then this card came flying out as I was shuffling as well. The Ace of Earth, Ace of Pentacles. 2 aces coming in so far. Let's see if we can get them all for you, Virgo. This card talks about an inflow of abundance, promising business ventures, important documents and contracts, as well as the life experience card, number 7, Archangel Camuel. Significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, and it's time to spread your wings. Literally just says time to spread your wings, just as the message with the Queen of Wands. That's the card. If you were to look up that card, Virgo, the meaning of it, it literally says time to spread your wings and fly. So quite literally, Virgo, I know this is going to be repetitive, right? But I kind of have to say it. Quite literally, you taking action changes your life entirely. Quite literally. I don't know what I don't know what you guys have been rattling with in your brain, Virgo, about, you know, maybe some of you guys being like, oh yeah, that'd be a good idea to do this or whatever, right? I see really literally, as I said at the beginning, Virgo, the biggest disservice that you could do for yourself this week is to not take action, right? A lot of people, they have like they don't take action because they don't know how things are going to turn out. They fear that things are not, and that could be your story too, Virgo, right? Until this point where you're just like, what if I fail? What if I fall? Girl, so what, first of all? But you're literally getting so many affirming cards back to back to back to back to back to back to back, Virgo, of how things would just be so fabulous for you. If you were to actually take a leap of faith, go out there, then you would run into the Ace of Pentacles, the cornucopia. You would get quite literally everything that you wanted and desire, Virgo. So it's like, I don't feel like I need to pull any clarifiers for this. I feel like kind of is just the same message, Virgo. So like, I hope this message reaches y'all that needs to be reached, Virgo. If whoever's like not taking action, darling, like your spirit guides are making it very clear and being like, come on, girl, chop up, chop up, chop chop. All right, now Virgo, let's get into your spirit guide messages, your ancestor messages for today. Let's see what advice they have for you this week. The cards came out already in 3s. I already like it. Whenever my cards, because like for those that are irregular, to my channel, no one asked for this, but whoever's regular to my channel, Virgo, I always like to pull cards in threes. Three is my favorite number, and that's just what feels appropriate. And so whenever threes come in, I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be an impactful message. So 10 of air, 10 of swords stepping forward to you. The end of a difficult situation, embrace the change and expect things to get better now, Virgo, and recovering from an addiction. I'm gonna leave the recovering from the addiction thing for those that resonate with it, right? I don't ever feel comfortable talking about people's addictions, especially in a general reading. I feel like that's very private. But also some people, it could be an addiction to, like, as an example, some of y'all may be addicted to, like, checking up on someone's social media, checking up on an ex, honey, right? And I can say some of y'all for that and not include myself, because, honey, what ex do I got? Ain't no one trying to date me, honey. So that's the way I can, like, not be like, oh. The World card coming in here, number 3, as I was talking about my favorite number. Archangel Michael coming forward. This card talks about a job. I wanted to, like, sit. I know y'all can't see me, Virgo, but I'm, like, sitting crisscross on my bed now. A job well done, Virgo. Joy, contentment, and gratitude. The path towards enlightenment. And then finally, we have the Knight of Water, Knight of Cups, falling in love, a wedding proposal, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. So, Virgo, I've had this deck for 10 years, though you can't tell since I keep on looking back to read it. But, you know, with this Knight of Water, Knight of Cups, it caught me off guard, surprisingly, because of the falling in love. And then I realized, remember, that I pulled the Ace of Cups for you, right? And I did make a note for with that Six of Wands as well. If your objective, Virgo, is a relationship, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be just developing a business relationship. It could be best friend, darling, right? Literally, if by you putting yourself out there, you start a cycle with somebody. You know, the World card representing a cycle with somebody, right? And that's when the period of struggle ends for you, Virgo. So I know I'm being repetitive, but, you know, this is the one time that you actually want repetitive messages, Virgo. Some people in my comments will just be writing down and be like, all right, Velka, this is getting boring. Like, you're so repetitive. Get to the point. And it's like, girl, no, I'm I'm long-winded, darling. There's plenty of tarot readers that aren't long-winded. But I like to be very thorough, because it's like, you want your tarot cards to repeat themselves. You don't want tarot cards to be going all over the place, Virgo, because then I don't feel as if that's a connection, right? And I make a point to use multiple tarot decks, so you realize that when you have these cards in 2 different decks, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, aligning to the same message, it takes away some of that skepticism, right? And so quite literally, again, if your objective is in terms of opening up to a connection, fabulous week for it. Again, disservice if you don't. And I am going to even say, if your objective is in terms of opportunity, trying to get yourself out of financial struggle, Virgo, right? Whatever the struggle is that you're currently having, the key, darling, to end that portion is to open up. Because once you open up further, Virgo, this is when the reprieve comes in. This reprieve comes in as opportunity of, new job, right? Something that you actually could really commit to. This is not like a thing of where it's just like, receiving like a good opportunity that lasts like a week or a weekend. No, when you have the World card coming in, this talks about, you're signing yourself up for something that's gonna last a chapter, right? However long that chapter lasts in your book. Excuse me. Virgo, I'm trying not to belch in y'all's reading. Where did my tarot deck go? But yeah, let's get into some clarifiers with this, Virgo, and let's see what we can get out of this. Fabulous week for you, Virgo. Fabulous. Please let me know in the comments if you decide to take action, Virgo. If y'all were my friend in person, I would be hounding y'all every single day. We have the King of Swords stepping forward, the King of Pentacles, 2 kings. Do we go for 3? The Fool card. Ooh. So leap of faith is what the Fool represents, right? The leap of faith. The Fool is also associated. I guess this deck doesn't have zeros. This is I did Taurus's reading earlier, Virgo, and I was just like realizing I pulled the 4 of Pentacles, and I was like, this card has no pentacles in this deck. And the Fool card, there's no numbers for the major arcana. Usually the Fool is represented by the number 0 because it's stepping into a new chapter in your life, as I was just saying before I pulled it. Virgo, remember what I just said about repetitive messages? challenges. And so quite literally, I feel as if by you taking action, and this is under your 10 of air, your 10 of swords, this is an extra affirming message that quite literally, again, you're just starting like a new chapter. King of Pentacles, King of Swords coming in here. If this is involving, like, if your objective is in terms of a person, I feel like this is going to be someone that maybe not necessarily is a match in the sense that, how would we put this, Virgo? I feel like it's like opposites in like very complementary ways. Does that make sense? Where it's like one person's introverted and the other person's extroverted. One person's very grounded, being you, Virgo, and the other person, King of Swords, where it's just like very much so very creative and they come up with the ideas, right? If your objective is in terms of like a job or something, this really just comes in as this sense of where I feel like you become extremely empowered through this. I feel as if the only thing you need to be looking out for, Virgo, is insecurity. Because I do see, once you're stepping into this new journey, a lot of insecurity, a lot of self-doubt bubbling forward to you. So that's just something that I want to say to look out for, Virgo. But quite literally, like, you are your biggest blockage right now. I know you guys recently just had to deal with some type of obstacle, so it may like annoy some of you guys to hear that, Virgo. But I feel as if you not taking action is your biggest blockage. All right, my beautiful Virgos, let's get into how people are perceiving you this week and how this is going to work. It could be pertain to anything: your twin flame, soulmate, family, friends, relationships, marriage, girl, you name it, it could be that. I'm going to talk about the attributes that I get from the person, Virgo, and it's up to you to see if this matches anybody. It's not meant to resonate with everybody, Virgo. I feel like this portion of the reading is just meant to reach very specific people that need to hear the message. So don't try to make it work if it don't work, right? So I always believe when it comes to, when I start doing tarot for involving other people's energies, I don't feel comfortable speaking about perspectives on stuff that, you know, may not even be pertaining to you. So don't feel bad if this doesn't resonate, okay? So we pulled the Eight of Pentacles coming in here. Eight of Earth. This card talks about skilled work, being rewarded, learning all that there is to know about a topic, and going back to school. I don't know if y'all even care. I just like to read off the cards for those that want to see it. Seven of Fire, Seven of Wands, defending your beliefs and decisions, standing your ground, and choosing your battles wisely, Virgo, as well as the Emperor card stepping in, Archangel Michael, organization and logic, structure and discipline and leadership. This is very much so, Virgo, whoever this person is, they very much so are stubborn. I would say very much so stubborn. This is kind of giving me very much so a person that they don't take no for an answer. I would say, Virgo, I don't feel like you know them, right? This is based off my actual, just like feeling this energy out. I don't feel like you know them. I feel almost as if, let me pull these cards. Three of Cups coming in here. Didn't we pull the Three of Cups from the beginning? So if you do know them, yeah, we did, Three of Water. So if you do know them, then it's literally directly associated with the beginning portion of your reading. Three of Cups, Nine of Swords coming in here, and then the Two of Pentacles. So I do feel as if, Virgo, I feel like for the majority of y'all don't know them. I do feel as if this is somebody, or if you do know them, you haven't communicated with them in some time. And Nine of Swords is showing to me they have some anxiety and kind of going back and forth with reaching out to you, Virgo. But they really want to. I see a lot of positivity. I see a lot of, honestly, wholesome energy. I feel as if this is someone who outwardly is very much so, the word bodacious came into mind, but I don't even think that's the proper word for it. Very much so just outgoing energy, right? You know, how they present themselves to the world, it may be just very much so, like, tough exterior, but then being around you, or the idea of being around you, really softens them, right? I feel like you connecting with them, you're going to see a completely different side of them than what the world sees. I do see a lot of, like, you know, they're tossing around with whatever it is. They're in their head about going back and forth with, like, reaching out to you or not, but they have a lot of, it's good intentions, whatever it is. So yeah, Virgo, that is the weekly tarot reading that I have for you this week, darling. I hope you found some cards that resonated with you, Virgo. If you did enjoy this reading, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to book a private personal reading with me as well, Virgo, my website's linked down below, simplyvelca.com, next to my TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all being Simply Velca, honey. And yeah, until next time, Virgo, I love you so much.